So, between 1882 and 1905, about 10,000 Chinese are going to appeal against negative immigration restrictions in federal court. One of the most important cases was United States versus Wong Kim Ark. And the use of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution is important here. The purpose of the Citizenship Clause in the 14th Amendment that liberated Africans from slavery was to provide citizenship to former slaves born in the United States. Now, during the original debate over the amendment, Senator Jacob Howard of Ohio, the author of the Citizenship Clause, described the clause as excluding not only Native Americans, he called Indians, but also persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, or who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers. So, in 1884, that meaning was tested as to whether it meant that anyone born in the United States would be a citizen regardless of the parent's nationality. So in the case of Elk versus Wilkins, the parents were Native American, and the Supreme Court held that children of Native Americans were not citizens despite the fact that they were born in the United States. So in 1898, the meaning was tested again in the case of United States versus Wong Kim Ark, and regarded children of Chinese immigrants born in the United States. Now, the court ruled that the children were U.S. citizens. And the distinction between legal and illegal immigrants was not clear at the time of the decision of Wong Kim Ark. But nonetheless, Wong Kim Ark, what happened is he went to visit his family, and when he came back, they would not allow him into the country. And so he appealed, and in that decision, the Supreme Court ruled in his favor. So Wong Kim Ark is given credit for at least ensuring that Chinese who were born in the United States would be considered citizens. Now, neither in that decision nor in subsequent cases has the Supreme Court explicitly ruled on whether children born in the United States to illegal immigrant parents are entitled to birthright citizenship via the amendment, although it has generally been assumed that they are. Now, in some cases, the court has implicitly assumed or suggested in dicta that such children are entitled to birthright citizenship. Nevertheless, some claim that Congress possesses the power to exclude such children from U.S. citizenship by legislation. And this debate is continuing to this day. Now, despite the favorable ruling, the Chinese Exclusion Act gave rise to the first great wave of commercial human smuggling. This is an activity that later spread to include other national and ethnic groups. And it was simply in response to a law that was very draconian in its measure. In fact, many Chinese who were not allowed entry into the United States went to Mexico. And they tried to enter the U.S. via the border towns of Tijuana, Nogales, Juarez, El Paso, and Laredo. So today, when you take a look at these border communities, these towns, they are home to significant Chinese communities. So when we take a look at the Chinese and their attempts to keep their families together after 1882, all the way up until the 1960s, they are going to be the first undocumented immigrants coming into the United States in their attempts to reunite with their families, simply because the United States is now allowing them their entry. So that's the Chinese experience.